Welcome back. We're here at Gravity Storm Live, another edition of Gravity Storm Live, 309 Main Street North, right here in Austin, Minnesota. My name is TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins. Happy to have you alongside. We've got a ton of Bruin fans who are here hanging out. We've got one Bruins player who's here hanging out as well. He won't be here very long as he's got to get back rested up. The Bruins back at home tonight against the Bismarck Bobcats, trying to avenge their loss from last night. Rounding out the season series with Bismarck. Hard to believe that the Bobcats are already done, Aberdeen's already done, the Wilderness are already done. Pretty much coming up over these next few weeks, it's just going to be matchups with the Minnesota Magicians, who the Bruins just beat on Wednesday night, the St. Cloud Norsemen, and the Minot Minotauros. That's pretty much going to be it for the rest of the regular season and then the playoffs. Right now, the Bruins just outside that playoff picture. They're 5 points behind the Minnesota Wilderness, despite the Bruins' loss last night. However, that's kind of good news that the Wilderness also lost. St. Cloud, who is in 6th place behind the Bruins by 3 points, they too lost. So 4th, 5th, and 6th, no change whatsoever last night. As we talk about the standings, there was one change. It was a minor change. But the Aberdeen Wings, by virtue of their victory over the Minnesota Wilderness, have clinched the NAHL Central Division. Unbelievable. We still have 15 games left in the regular season, and they've already not only clinched a playoff spot, they did that months ago, they've also clinched the division. So they are back-to-back NAHL Central Division champions. Actually, the back-to-back-to-back NAHL Central Division champions. Remember, they're the most recent Robertson Cup winners. There was no Robbie Cup last season. Everything got put on hold due to COVID and ultimately actually got, canceled. Your last Robertson Cup was the 2019-20 season where the Aberdeen Wings beat the Fairbanks Ice Dogs in one game up at Fogarty Arena in Blaine, Minnesota. So that's what's going on with the Austin Bruins. I'm here hanging out. I've got myself a Fins because we've got ourselves a busy night at Riverside Arena. We're going to take the edge off right now with a great Gravity Storm brew. They've got some good events coming up here at Gravity Storm over the next couple weeks. Coming up on the 12th, which is Monday night, they've got trivia going down. They've also got Jesse Smith coming up on April 23rd for some live music right here at Gravity Storm, one of the coolest bars in town. If you haven't been out here yet, what are you waiting for? We come out here every Saturday before a home game. We hang out. We've got player parents here. We've got billet families here. We've got fans here. We've got employees here. Myself and Scott Schaefer are here hanging out. Come on out. It's a great, relaxed atmosphere, great brews, family-friendly environment. I know that it's a brewery, but bring your family. There's root beer on tap. They make that in-house for the kiddos. And then, of course, the adults, we get our choice of pretty much anything we want on the menu. This is the Fins. This is quickly becoming one of my favorite drinks. This is if you're a Pilsner fan. So if you're a fan of Mick Golden, if you're a fan of Bud Light, if you're a fan of Coors Light, Miller Lite, that kind of stuff, this is the way to go, except it's not nearly as thin. You can even see the color, really nice, really full. It's got some flavor to it, which sometimes you just don't get out of a Mick Golden. It's such a good taste. Everything they do here, Brian and Joed, all made in-house, brewed right here. So come on down and join us, Gravity Storm Brewery, 309 Main Street North. Austin Bruins taking on the Bismarck Bobcats tonight. 7:05 puck drop. I'm going to be on the call, 6:55 with Ron Budrick. You can catch that game on Hockey TV. You can catch that game on Power 96 if you're near radio. Just dial in to 96.1. Or if you're near a smart device, you can go ahead and tell Alexa to learn the KQPR skill. You can listen to it right there on your Alexa. Or if you're just around a phone or a tablet or a computer, you can go to kqprfm.com, listen live, and get the audio stream that way. Hockey TV subscriptions are up right now. They did have a special going on last week. That just ended, but they still have really good pricing going on if you want to watch the action in-house. Austin Bruins, Bismarck Bobcats rounding out the season series here tonight. It was a tough one last night. 6-1 was the final score. The Bruins did get on the board first thanks to Peter Jacobs, but ultimately they surrendered 6 goals after that. Hudson Hodges was the goaltender of record who earned the loss, gave up 5 goals in the game, but boy, you can't hang any of that really on him. So many on-man rushes, so many defensive breakdowns that came in on him. He was kind of hung out to dry and ultimately got the hook after 5 goals. Tyler Shea came on in relief, did give up a goal of his own. So it'll be curious to see, does Tyler Shea get the start here tonight, or do they go back to Hudson Hodges and let him rebuild his confidence? Because ultimately, Hodges does have the 2 wins against Bismarck this season for the Bruins. So it's something curious. He's the one that's been having better luck. He didn't have luck last night, and they did lose in overtime. As a matter of fact, the Bruins have dropped their last 4 to the Bismarck Bobcats, so there's plenty of revenge on the line. Tickets are on sale now. You can get them online, austinbruins.com/single game tickets. That's single-game-tickets. You can just go to austinbruins.com, go to the tickets tab, slide on down to single game tickets, and that'll take you right where you need to go. Tickets online are just $11. Tickets at the door, a little bit more. So save yourself some money. Get your tickets online. But there are tickets available at the door if you want to walk up and purchase them there. If you have tickets from last season, whether it's 10-game packs, whether it's any of the games that were canceled late in the season tickets that went unused, whether it was the games that were canceled or any of the games that did happen that you just couldn't make it to. We've been telling people all off-season long and all regular season long, hang on to your tickets from last year like they're cash. We're going to be accepting them. We're going to be taking them. And here we are. We are taking those right now. So if you got any old Bruins tickets laying around, grab up the family, grab those tickets, come on out. It's the welcome back party. We're continuing the second night in a row. We're going to have a poster giveaway tonight. It's a poster of last night's team. We had those all printed up and ready to go to give out at the doors, and then the season was canceled. So we're going to give them out now. There's plenty of players on that roster that are still here. Guys like Travis Shouty, guys like Tyler Shea, who we already talked about, Cullen Rush, Connor Millamock, the whole 9. Those guys are all here. They're all on that poster. Come on down, get your poster. We've got 2 for $6 beers all night long. Whether it's a draft, you can get Gravity Storm. Their Bruins Brown Ale is on tap. You can get 2 of those for $6. That's a $2 per beer savings off each one. So come on down. We've also going to have Fireball specials all night. We've got intermission games going. So if you got the kids laying around and you think they might be interested in some intermission games, come on out to the game. And of course, all the other regular fanfare from the Foggers and the Lights to the Chuckapucks to all the horns and the action. Come on down, Riverside Arena tonight. Austin Bruins taking on the Bismarck Bobcats for the 8th and final time this season. Last night was the 7th and final time. But again, if you can't make it to the game, Hockey TV is the spot. Power 96 is the other spot, as well as KQPRFM.com. Austin Bruins taking on Bismarck tonight. Stay tuned. We got more from Gravity Storm coming up right after this. Welcome back, Gravity Storm Live, 309 Main Street North here in Austin Bruins, another edition of Gravity Storm Live. We love coming down here every Saturday before a home game. Tonight is no different as the Bruins take on the Bismarck Bobcats tonight for the final time this season. TJ Shalott, voice of the Austin Bruins, here with Bruins forward Nick Catalano. Nick, thanks for taking the time because I literally pulled you out of the group to come over here. You didn't expect to come on here, but thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So let's talk about your season so far. I mean, you're a youngster. You played an awesome game last night. You had a little bit of ice time, but in the ice time that you did have, you seemed to be all over the place. You even had a really good quality chance that almost went. Do you remember that in the third period? Can you walk me through how that happened?
Which one are you talking about?
It was in the third. All I remember, you were in pretty tight. Aiken made the save, and you threw your head up to the sky. You were just like, oh, come on.
Oh yeah, I know. I just kind of like picked up that loose puck right in front of the net, and just
Yes.
I was trying to stuff a 5-hole. He put down his blocker, had a good save on me, but yeah, that was a tough one. I really wanted that one.
Your guys' line has been clicking the last couple of weeks, whether it's, because there's kind of like four of you, and based on who's playing that night, whether it's Oakland Richards, Braden Simmons Fisher, yourself, there's always some kind of combination of the three of the four of you guys. But you ended up getting an assist on Braden Simmons Fisher's first NAHL goal just a couple weeks ago. But you guys have been clicking. Is it just, are you finding that chemistry because you're just playing more and more with each other as the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, all those guys they're great players, so they're just kind of easy to play with. Like they're all good, hardworking guys. So it's been fun. We're finally starting to feel get to know each other even more on the ice and know where each other will be. And so yeah, it's been good.
You got your family in town, or at least your dad's in town tonight, and your family's been here a number of times. We've seen them here at Gravity Storm a bunch.
I love it here.
Do you play a little bit harder when the family's in town?
I mean, it's definitely nice knowing they're here watching, and it gives you a little comfort almost. But yeah, I mean, I think every game's kind of the same for me. It's just go out there and try to do my thing.
What are you guys going to do tonight to turn things around and get the victory? What's been the message? I know you guys went for a walk this morning, just to team bonding outside, get a little fresh air. What do you think? What's the message been in the locker room from the leadership, from the coaching staff, to turn the corner and take down Bismarck tonight?
I mean, last game was just one of those games that can't happen. It's one of those games that you really wish you could have back. And I think we're gonna have some fire tonight. Our game, we're gonna be wanting that win. We're gonna be wanting it a lot.
When you say fire, you think it's gonna be physical? You think it's gonna be more finishing your checks and doing stuff like? I thought we kind of got away from that a little bit last night. That was the one thing. You're one of the guys that does it a lot. Jacobs is one of the guys that does it a lot. Millette, Lundy, player goes ahead and Bismarck player sends a pass up. 1, 2, 3, boom! You guys are right there. You're finishing that check, right on top of them just to tie him up. And I thought we kind of got away from that a little bit last night. And it's tough because when you score the game's first goal and you got all the momentum and you've got all that, momentum. There's no other word, momentum. And then all of a sudden things are tied, and then you're down 2-1. 3-1. It's almost like a slow drain for the energy. How do you guys get that energy back on the bench? Who's the life of the party on the bench that's really kind of driving you guys to keep going?
Braden Simmons Fisher's actually he's a loud guy on the bench. He's always just tossing out positive things, and he's telling everybody great shift after they get off the ice. And he's always screaming. He's letting guys know where to be on the ice, and yeah, he's a very, very positive kid, and honestly, that I think that gets us going. And then obviously, on the ice, when we're finishing our hits and we're going out there playing our game, everyone's got more life on the bench, which helps us out overall. So we just got to get back to that tonight.
Well, I remember when Fish scored his goal last Saturday. His first goal in the NHL, he just kind of threw his hands up in the air, and then it was you, and I think it was, who was the other forward on that line? Pullman. The two of you just like magnets just went right around, and here he is at 6'7" with his hands up, and you guys are obviously not 6'7", but you could kind of see how happy everybody was for him. Plus, obviously, you guys got your points. I mean, that was a goal that was Simmons Fisher from Pullman, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been from Pullman from you, but all the forwards on that line, and that just proves that you guys are clicking and getting ready to go. Bruins are still within shooting distance of a playoff spot. Now, Aberdeen just clinched the division last night, so they are the NAHL Central Division champions. So whoever gets into that fourth spot is going to open up against Aberdeen. At this point, goal number one is to get into the playoffs, right? After that, goal number one would be win a playoff game and then win a playoff series. How do you guys prepare for every single game going down the stretch here, knowing that they're basically a playoff game?
I mean, just kind of like that. You gotta go into every game playing like it's gonna be your last game, and you gotta go in just not leaving anything on the ice. Just everything you got, all game, all 3 periods, just everything, every player. Just gotta leave everything on the ice.
Well, we're going to let you get going so you can go take your nap so you can leave it all out on the ice tonight. The Bruins can get a victory over the Bismarck Bobcats. I know, normally we have an injured player, we have a scratch come in and join me, but you're likely to be in the lineup tonight. So head home, take your pregame nap, get your good pregame meal. Thanks for coming out there.
Awesome, thanks, CJ.
We got more coming up from Gravity Storm on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Gravity Storm Brewery, 309 Main Street North. Another edition of Gravity Storm Live. TJ Schlott, voice of the Austin Bruins. I'm enjoying myself a Finn's, one of the Pilsners that are on tap right here at Gravity Storm. Obviously, all of these brews are made in-house, so come on down, hang out with us. We got a great contingency of folks that are here hanging out. There's probably about 12 to 15 people here, all for the Austin Bruins. So come on, hang out with us tonight. If not now, if not here in the next hour or so, come on down before the game. Doors open in Austin, at the Riverside Arena at 6 o'clock. So come on down, have a beer or two before coming down, and then you can continue your Gravity Storm drinking at the arena with Gravity Storm Bruins Brown on tap. So come on down, hang out with us. The Austin Bruins taking on the Bismarck Bobcats tonight. It's going to be a good one. I mean, these are two division rivals. The Bruins getting beat pretty bad last night. You know they're angry. You know they're upset. They're going to come out with a vengeance. We just heard from Nick Catalano moments ago. He said that. They're going to come out with a little bit of fire. It's going to be good to see. I know the team worked out this morning. They had a little bit of a walk. They did a little team bonding and just things to get right that ship, get things back to normal. So come on down here to Gravity Storm, hang out for a while, then go on to the game and enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. As I mentioned before, family-friendly atmosphere. So if you're bringing the family tonight to the game, don't think that you can't go to Gravity Storm just because you have a couple members of the family who aren't 21. It's a family-friendly environment and atmosphere. Everyone is welcome. Come on in, get a root beer for the kids. You can grab some food. They don't have food on premises, but you can grab food from any of the vendors around here. You can pick up some food from Piggy Blues right next door. You can go down to Steve's Pizza. You can get some of the B&J, any of that kind of stuff, and just bring it on in. You can eat some dinner here, hang out, enjoy the brews. The atmosphere, so relaxed, so calm, so awesome. It's a perfect place for me to be on a Saturday right before a home game. Home games tend to be pretty crazy when it comes to the front office. Regardless of what you do preparation-wise, there's always things that will pop up and cause you a little bit of grief and give you a little bit of headache. So what better thing than for someone like me to come down here for a couple hours, just hang out and chill. Because then I know when I go to the arena, okay, I can turn on the business side of the brain and get ready to go. So the same thing for you guys. Come on down, relax, enjoy yourself, have a good time, and then head to Riverside Arena and see the craziness of the game of hockey that is on the ice. Tickets are on sale for the game tonight, austinbruins.com. Just head to the tickets tab, go on down to single game tickets. It's that easy. We make it very simple, very easy for you guys. So come on out. We'll also have tickets at the door, but save yourself some money by getting them online ahead of time. Our friends the Rochester Grizzlies, Game 3. They won last night by a final score of 6-1. Bruins lose 6-1. Grizzlies win 6-1. Hey, they force a Game 3 in the the NA3HL Central Division Finals. So if they win tonight, they move on to the Fraser Cup next weekend. That's going to be in St. Louis, just outside of St. Louis in one of the burbs. They'll get set and ready to go for, I think they're calling it the round robin play. So it'll be very, very good for the Rochester Grizzlies. They've already won their first playoff series in the team's history. Remember, they lost in the only other playoff appearance they had. That was 2 years ago to the North Iowa Bulls. They were the Central Division champions last year, but there were no playoffs as everything was canceled due to COVID, so they didn't have the opportunity to avenge their loss to North Iowa until this season. And they knocked off earlier this month. They knocked off, well, I guess it was the end of last month, I should say. The Oregon Tradesmen were their victims, and now they're taking on the Peoria Mustangs tonight. So if you're tuned in on the game on Hockey TV, you can check out the Rochester Grizzlies as well, flip back and forth, see how they're doing, keep up with it. If you're listening on Hockey TV or if you're listening on Power 96, you'll hear myself and Ron Budrick on the call. We'll be bringing you all the action tonight. That's going to begin at 6:55. And remember that every single away game, because we're going to have a handful of away games coming up here in the next couple weeks. We've got a Wednesday game against the Minnesota Magicians, and then we have 2 games against Minot as we head out to Minot. Boy, that's going to be a rough week. Wednesday game, Thursday travel, Friday, Saturday game. All of those road games, you can catch them right here at Gravity Storm, the official road game destination. They've got trivia coming up on the 12th of April. They've got Jesse Smith coming up on the 23rd of April. All these different events coming on down Gravity Storm. It doesn't just have to be on the Saturday before a Bruins home game. It could be any other time that works for you. Check their hours online. Come on down. You can have a great time. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this Fins. Go mingle with the Bruins fans that are here and hanging out. So we'll talk to you later tonight. 6:55 broadcast. Doors open 6 o'clock. AustinBruins.com to get your tickets today. Bruins and Bobcats coming up tonight. We'll talk to you from Riverside Arena.